Hey y'all, today I'm creating the trendy boho braids, but I'm using extensions, and today I'm using the Sensationnel braid out, which is a deep wave hair. So I'm gonna start on this side, and I'm just gonna pre-part first. And then I'm gonna use the Esha Girl Slick and Slay Braid and Edge Gel, super slicking. The gel helps to define my pre-parts, so I'm just pre-parting the rows right now. I'm just gonna twist it up and then move on to the second one, part it out. I'll use the gel to separate the rows and then twist that row up. These rows actually ended up being too wide width. I wanted my braids to be a smaller width, so I did end up doing 5 rows versus the 4 pre-parted rows you see here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the back. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna start up front and then I'll show you guys what I'm doing after I get my groove. So I finished the left side first so that I could just understand what I'm doing, so I could show you guys what I'm doing. And you see I did end up with 5 parts on that side, so it's going to be the same on the right side as well. So starting with this little row here, I actually kept that one as the same width, and this one I made into 2 braids. Because these braids down at the bottom on the sides of your head aren't really seen that much, so I just made it 2 instead of 3. To make the braid, I just separate off a little piece of braiding hair, then fold it over the larger piece, align the smaller piece with my actual hair as the third leg of the braid, and then I begin to braid, just making sure I braid tight on the root, and just make sure everything's really tight at the very beginning of the braid. This is what's going to determine if your braid stays in your hair or slips out. So definitely make sure you braid tight towards the beginning, and then if you want to braid looser down below, you can. So I'm adding gel to my natural hair along the braid to make sure it's sleek into the braiding hair, and then that's it. I really like doing these because they're short and they're also quicker to do. And since they're quicker to do, I can do more braids. Usually I do less braids with larger parts because I don't like spending time braiding or twisting, or I don't like spending too much time doing it. But since these are short, I can make my parts smaller. So yeah, so I'm just gonna braid on once again. Make sure the beginning is tight, add on some gel along the braid, and then braid all the way down. And I just find a stopping point where there's still some more curl left, because I do want the braids to have the boho look. So here's where I started changing up my pre-parts. The second row was too big, I felt like, so I parted out a little bit and then smoothed the gel up just to get it out the way. And now I'm starting to part out the second row. I'm going to make this second row 3 braids. So again, line up that middle strand with your natural hair, and then that's going to be the third strand of the braiding hair. Then you're going to braid tightly in the beginning, add in your gel to make sure your natural hair is sleeked into your braid and doesn't pop out while you're wearing your hair, and then keep braiding down until you find a stopping point where you want the curls to be. But don't stop too far up, because you want to make sure that your braid is going to stay in. I don't add rubber bands to the ends because usually the braids stay. And then if they come loose a little bit, that's fine. They're braided down far enough. And I don't use rubber bands, and I don't tie it. And I don't like the tie look on the ends, so that's really why I don't tie it. But yeah. So here we're at the third row, and I did pre-part this one and added some gel just to redefine that part. And this row, I believe, is going to be either 3 or 4 braids. Let's see. I think it's going to be 4. Yep, so this is how I create the parts. I just create a box out of the row, and that's basically how I do my parts. That's the basic thing that I use is I part a row and then I part out a box. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful to those who want to know how to part their hair for any braid lock or twist style. Hopefully this is helpful. Make sure you add your
gel on your roots of these braids. That really helps sleek it up and make it look nice and neat, even if the part isn't like neat and it's crooked. And then here's the last part, the last row.
Hey y'all, so I'm finished the back of my hair now, and I added some curls. Let's add some curls to these braids. I have 2 bundles left from the hair, so I did really good. These are all braids. It's a lot of, not a lot of braids, but more than usual. So there's 2 legs. I'm just gonna take 1 leg and loop it through twice, then tighten it, and it won't come out. If you think it's gonna come out, then just tie that leg up 1 more time, or make your curl a little thinner. Okay, so this hair comes like clumped up like this, so I'm just gonna split it in 3s, maybe 4s. Next row, I'm just gonna put 1 hair up on the front braid. Move on to the next row. Make sure you really hook on all the hair into the crochet hook. So as y'all can see, I didn't stick to the original part, so y'all just are seeing it now. I had to make some smaller. So I think in total I added in 2 more rows, and I think I have 5 rows per side. Okay, I'm gonna stop and put some mousse on these curls. As I'm going, I'm just trimming off the straggling ends that are like coming out. Okay, so I'm finished, and this is the finished look. So pretty and short. But yeah, I like wearing it like to the side like this. Like this bun would be cute with the string hanging down. Yeah, so let me know if this video was helpful. Thumbs up if it was helpful. Check out more like this on my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.